Welcome to Financially Savvy in 20 Minutes, a podcast hosted by me, Natalie Torres-Haddad, an international award-winning author, two-time TEDx speaker, and investor, along with Vira, an investor, sales and marketing pro, and multi-language podcaster. We will share the tips and tricks from interviews with self-made entrepreneurs, leaders, and those who have attained financial freedom while learning financial literacy in multiple languages.
Hello and welcome. Please step inside to the Savvy Trailer Series, a podcast that is part of the Financially Savvy in 20 Minutes. We've got a super special episode today, right, Natalie? Very excited.
Yes.
I'm excited to have our guest on today because it's my mom, and her name is Esther Garcia. She is owner of EG Driving and Traffic School. So we're excited to have her here today.
Yes, thank
you for
being part of this, Esther.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And we were so happy when we're like, who can we highlight but who we consider super women in our lives. And we're so fortunate to say our moms are. And so I think your story is something not only incredible and inspiring for many women, but it's also something important that we want just people in general that are starting a business, what they can do. And obviously, you'll be able to tell us a lot about what you've been doing. But before we get started to who you are and how you started this amazing business, can you remember the first time you received maybe the first check that you got that made you think differently about your business? And I know sometimes people say, oh yeah, I stopped working full time and started doing my business full time because this was the game changer for them.
That if I remember the first time, oh my God, years ago, you don't want to know how many years. But that was the first time that I remember that I changed big time. That was when they gave me my first check, and that was when I was 18 and a half. Okay, then I start with as a driving instructor since then, and then they gave me my occupational license from the DMV. They gave me my license as a driving instructor, and that was the great feeling to have your own money, to have this is what I have, and this is how much they pay me. So that was the first one. 18 and a half I was.
18 and a half, I love that. The independence that comes from that first check, right?
Exactly, yes.
It must have been like such a thrilling sensation, especially at that time as a woman. And speaking of, like, what was it like for you to start a business, especially in that generation when women, especially an 18 and a half year old, you don't start businesses on your own, right? As a female.
No, it took time. I mean, as a driving instructor, I mean, it was kind of, well, what am I going to do from now? I feel like I have so much money in my hands, but it wasn't really that much. And I said, well, I'm going to keep working. I'm going to keep working hard. From then, that was like, I can do so many things. And I can tell people, hey, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. And I was working hard. And it wasn't until later years after that I opened my own business. I was a driving instructor, independent one. And I was at 24, 25. That's when I was starting my own business that I opened EG Driving first. Not a traffic school, but EG Driving School first. So that was 24, 25.
Wow. Yeah. So how long have you been in business now? And I'm sure you've seen different changes. How many years?
Oh, yeah. Almost hitting 46 years.
Wow. We have to do a big celebration for the 50th. That's just so.
Oh, yes. Yes, it's going to be a big celebration, I hope.
We can all be together in the same room, I hope. Again, for those listening, we're still in a pandemic. If you're listening years from now on the 50th anniversary, hopefully we'll be all together. But considering that you started, again, when you were 24, 25, what was it like? Were there some hesitations or obstacles as a woman starting your business, especially as a Latina woman? You at that point you had around 26 you had me, you had to take care of kids. Were there any obstacles or stereotypes? Like, I think one time you mentioned people didn't want to take lessons from you because they're like, oh, women are bad drivers. How are you going to teach me how to drive?
Exactly. Well, first of all, they were saying too young. And And just to let you know that I started learning how to drive since I was 13 in Mexico. Okay, by the way. So when I came here, I got my license. I did, have a huge experience already, driving. But still, sometimes this industry of driving school is most of driving instructors, males, like I said. And to see a driving instructor girl, I mean, it's kind of a wow, I don't think it's kind of is she going to be a good driver? Is she the best? Or sometimes they thought about it like we can do the same as them, And I always said, if you can do it, this is my life. This is what I like. And I love to teach. I love to teach those youngsters because we usually, we as a driving instructor, I've been teaching a lot of teenagers, and I'm working 80% with teenagers, which I love. In the community that I am right now, I mean, there's so many high schools surrounded my driving school, and year by year, new students every time. Seniors come over 17, 16 years of age, and like I said, we teach about 500 to 800 students a year, every year.
Yeah,
So that's what I'm proud of.
And looking back, I wish I would have had a female instructor. I mean, I don't think any of us saw that. So I think the fact that you see that representation, and sometimes we feel more comfortable, right? So I think you seem like that type of person that would be nurturing and being able to like let them know what you're doing. You've seen that wave of all of it. So for doing that now, how many decades, right?
I know.
During the difficult times of your business, like maybe some of the challenges, did you have someone that you could talk to, whether they're mentors or other people in the industry that kind of helped you to keep moving forward, or maybe some tips that you saw that were helpful for you?
Well, no, I didn't start that by myself. My figure was my mentor, my brother-in-law. Okay, he's the one who start first, and then I will come the second one. And like I said, that I said, oh my God, what am I going to do next step? What am I going to do? Is this right? This is wrong. Usually we get together weekends, Sundays, we get together the whole family and we talk about it and say, you know what, I have this feeling that I can do it, but I'm not sure. What do you think? What do you think? So he said, you know what, whatever if you have the gut is telling you, go ahead and do it. It's because you're okay. You'll be okay. And honestly, since I started with my license until this day, and I don't know how many years more I'm going to continue doing this, it's great. I love my job. I love to teach, and I will continue doing it until God, keep it here.
That's amazing. Yeah. I think it's really great that you mentioned having a mentor, and there are males in our lives that are supportive of women doing their own thing. And I think a shout out to those men that understand that we are all equal and we can do things together is really warranted. And speaking of doing your own thing, Mom, like one thing you always told me was that I need to be, as a female, as a woman, as a Latina, I need to be financially independent so that I'm sane in my mind, sane in my heart, and sane in my bank account. You've lived by that principle your whole life, and recently you went through a divorce. And tell me how that principle basically helped you through that divorce, and and we've seen how it doesn't, how other women have suffered because they didn't have a base, right, to rely on.
Well, first of all, like I said, ever since that I have memories of my life, I don't know, for some reason, I think, I need a man to be in my life? To grow, to do whatever I want, to help others. And I do, like I said, I was happy with my marriage, but things happen, and for a reason, I don't know. But I always think that it doesn't need to happen a divorce. That can be somebody, a couple die or sickness. You never know. It's not only about divorce, but you just have to be prepared. And I'm not only like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna wait till my husband to give me this, to buy this, to pay that. That's not a good idea. For me personally, because you always have to be yourself. Okay, look at what happened to me. I'm divorced, but hey, I'm okay. talking about money wise, what I'm talking about, I have you guys, I have you, Vira, Jesse, and I'm so happy that you guys are okay. So my life is okay. And as long as, like I said, if you don't ask for my help, you guys okay. If I don't ask for your help, I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm happy and I can handle it. And I'm pretty sure you guys can do the same thing. And I really, really urge to everyone, like women who get married, that doesn't mean nothing is forever. Sometimes I feel that way. Nothing is forever. So you never know that it happens to me. It can happen to anybody. So you just have to be prepared. Save a little bit here. Don't put all your eggs in one nest only. A little bit here, a little bit there, and that's going to help you in the future.
I love it. I love it. It's the
Yeah.
best advice. I think
A
that's
good,
what
yeah.
we it off because we were taught the same in that value of being able to prepare yourself. My
Oh,
dad,
yeah.
if someone dies, I call it the 4 Ds. It's either death, disease, divorce, or debt. So those
Exactly.
things can financially ruin you. And the fact that you are in a wonderful position, and I smile as you're saying you're healthy, that your kids are healthy, because I think
Exactly.
that sometimes people think wealth is usually monetary, and that's not true. I always say health is your first wealth. If you're healthy, you could do just about anything.
Exactly.
Hear you and my parents talk about that they're okay financially and mentally, all that. I'm like, that's like the best gift you can give your kid, knowing that we're not worried
Yes.
about their financial or their health
Yeah.
a thing. So thank you for
And
being who you are, because that's what we need to see. The
mhm.
independence, enjoying life, and being able to do that. Um,
No.
as Vera and I were talking this past week about people that are influential in our life, is there maybe something that you always think of, especially for those days? A lot of these people that listen to our podcast are business owners or starting a business or thinking of ending a business because we are in a pandemic still, and they're having some very much difficulty. Either they've lost their
Mhm.
clients or their businesses have
Yeah.
downsized. Is there any tip that you remember that was helpful, especially when it was those times that you're like, should I keep doing this? Anything that's helpful for those people?
Yeah, well, I have family who has, had businesses, and some of them I say, are we gonna, keep doing this? What are we gonna do? I mean, I was in the same shoes, for we closed our business for 3 months, and exactly for the same thing that I was telling you right now, that you save a little money, and that's what I was, oh my God, I remember that I was telling you. Yes, I had to close the offer for 3 months. I mean, Jesus Christ, the income that I'm losing on those 3 months. But because I have that money that I was telling you, to be prepared, to think about, and everybody in my family always criticized me because they said, you're thinking about 5, 10 years from now. Hey, I cannot think today only. I had to think about ahead of time. What if that's happening to me? What is, and look at what happened right now. So because of that saving that I have, I survived, and I'm so happy. And most of my family, most of my friends, that they have almost the same kind of type of business, it happens to them and say, you know what, remember, hey, save a little money for rainy days. You never know. Even though I teach people how to drive right now, traffic school, and some of the ladies, they stay with me and I said, hey, I mean, how do you do it? I mean, you stand in front of us, in front of 15 of us, and you're not like feel shy or anything like that. I said, I'm used to. I'm like my job. I like to help you. Put a little attention to what life is going to be for you. Are you happy with this? You're not happy with this? Why you continue? Because you cannot support yourself? Because you cannot survive yourself? Those are the little things that I keep telling them. Don't, if you're not happy, get out of the situation and do something about it. But sometimes, and I do understand, if you don't have the ways to support yourself, you're gonna stay right there. And that's the idea, to help them get out of there, do something with your life.
Hmm.
That's what I
That's
think.
great. So you hear that?
Mhm.
Make sure you save some shekels for a rainy day. And don't, that way, if you are unhappy doing what you're doing, or God forbid, a global pandemic hits, you have enough to support yourself to do something that you love, right? Because I think we've noticed, because of this pandemic, we've lost loved ones. People have gotten sick in our lives, and it's just so
Yeah,
important to be able to be ready and also to just be happy doing what you love.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's all about happy, health, Think about the future. That's what it is. That's what this life is. And be happy with what you have. And I love you for that, So that's what I
Aw,
think.
Thank you so much for being a part of this. I think we're going to have to do a follow up with moms, because I think it's sometimes not only is there so much wisdom, especially someone that's been in business for so long. I always tell people, ask people that have been in business for more than 30 years, because they've seen the different cycles.
mhm.
They've
Oh,
survived them. They've either thrived from them and continue to do so. So the fact that let's look
mhm.
forward to the 50th anniversary, I think that would be really
Yeah.
cool to
And the
celebrate.
savings is going to be for even you have 5, 10, 30, 40 years ago, and it's going to continue the same.
I
Still
love
the
it.
same. Save
They
that because you never know. Even you have 30, 40, 50 years, it's still the same thing. It's going to be the same.
I
You
love
be
it.
Something
prepared.
will happen. Yeah.
Step by step,
Exactly.
we get to that little point. Well, thank you so much for
Exactly.
being a part of this. We're definitely going to have to get in contact, and all her notes or all her information will be on our show notes too. The amazing women who are not only moms, but mom entrepreneurs, balancing it all, taking care of their own kids, taking care of their parents, and anyone that they come across. So thank you so much, Esther, for being a part of this. And
Sure.
stay tuned
Thank
for
you.
the Spanish version. See you on the next one. Bye,
See
everyone.
ya.
Okay.
Bye. Thank you, and please make sure to subscribe and leave your comments and reviews. To learn more about the podcast, check out the website and Instagram, Financially Savvy in 20 Minutes, and watch interviews on YouTube and IGTV. To become a sponsor or hire us for your next workshop or speaking engagement, please visit financiallysavvyin20minutes.com. All it takes is 20 minutes daily to become financially savvy. Music by Nikki and produced by Robert DeLude.